And we are up to the 7th entry in this series, MakoMart. Let's just jump right in. Now, this used to be, like, my favorite stage aesthetically until, you know, I noticed the layout is literally, you can see it from here, it's just a bunch of slopes and flat plains. So yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment. Okay, there doesn't seem to be much here. The cart may or may not be separate. Oh, by the way, this stage is called Line internally. L-I-N-E. Yeah. It took me a while actually to figure this one out because nothing in this stage really tells me it's a line other than, and I'll walk to it. Nothing in the stage really tells me it's a line other than these parts. So, I don't know why it's called line otherwise. It just doesn't make sense to me. Actually, let's, I'm gonna go back and reset my timer so that I can actually, explore more. Because this place is pretty big. I mean, they advertised it heaps for, it was literally the focus of the trailer for 2.0, so, okay. The cart might be different. I'm gonna go left. There's a bunker down there. Good thing I didn't think the ground. It seems to be touching this little marker here. See this strange sticker marking here? It seems to be doing that. Now, granted, if I were doing MakoMart, which I don't plan to do anything with it, because I don't plan to do anything with Splatoon 2's maps, I would probably make sure that it fits the marking. This is an ink rail, obviously. I'll try and help. Sorry, I shouldn't be in it, because that will enlarge it, but it shouldn't be enlarged. I didn't really do a thing for these ones, because they're just floatings, and of course, you can't really link them anyway. They're just sort of random objects in the sky. They're like barely even solid, only to get rid of objects that shouldn't be standing on them. Yeah, all this seems like stuff on the right side, so let me just go into the middle. A couple of general boxes here. This looks like a 2 and a 1 stacked up. Notice the little gap where my active reticle is pointing. That gap there, obviously there's a split between the two, so they would be stacked on top of each other, whereas this is an obvious big block and it's obviously connected, the whole thing. So yeah, keep that in mind. And of course, therefore, so it's like a 4x4 thing, only it's connected. I'll go more into detail on the background soon. Here's another bunker. Line it up how you will. I'm soon gonna get blocked by the countdown, so better be quick. Yeah, not much to really say otherwise in the stage. Just the bumpers. Yeah, I made it in like under 5 seconds. Okay, let's actually look at that. I'm actually gonna pull my focus to the right now. Yeah, it just seems to be placed on the edge of this thing. It's even going a slight bit over. Do you see that? the the stand that's on the corner that's propping this thing up. It just looks like there's a tiny knob that's sticking off it. It's really tiny. I just wonder if you can see it. DV is obvious, like all the numbered stuff's over there for Team A, and this is for, suppose, Team B, I guess. There's a lot to analyze in the background here. I mean, they use this for a promotional screenshot. So, let me just get everything else done in the stage first. I don't think there is much. There's a couple of trolleys and stuff inside, so I guess I can start looking at this now. I wonder how big that's the DV down there with all the cars and stuff. But I just wonder how big it is. It technically tends to be way bigger. I mean, probably most of that truck is rendered, for example. So yeah, let's just look at the... Yeah, him pulling the trolley will likely be separate. Just trying to think of anything else. There doesn't seem to be a typical skybox for this level like how there is in other ones. Even other enclosed areas like Schellendorf Institute tended to have windows. This place doesn't. Which is natural, I guess. Or is that it out there? Out here-ish. If it is, that's neat, but I have no idea. Because it's so bright and you can only see like a tiny portion of it. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing really else moving aside from this and those couple balls over there. I'll just get a closer look at that for like the last couple seconds. Yeah, the balls and obviously the thing itself will likely be a separate object, separate objects maybe, because of the fact they're animated. Maybe it's a part of the jellyfish NPC. I mean, that one I could get as being such. I don't think so for this one, but I could be wrong. I actually tried looking for the trolley in the files myself, just for the sake of looking at it. I couldn't exactly find it. I guess if someone's already done so, that'd be nice if you could tell me what name it is. There's a lot. If I don't just, file compare it in, like, 1.3, for example, I guess. Okay, so let's all go over to this side. See if anything is animated. Asides the jellyfish, obviously. Yeah, okay, I'm more inclined to believe the trolley is a separate prop now, considering that jellyfish has a different shirt on. So... yeah, it's probably just a matter of the fact that I haven't looked for it enough. Yeah, that's very clearly the ground of that. That one's not dynamic, likely. Let me just get on top of this so I can see better. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much in here. Just a couple general boxes and some bumpers. And, of course, whatever and wherever the trolleys are. Because I haven't found them. I've tried looking for stuff with line in its name, if not that. Whatever leads to, like, carrying things or trolleys. But it's not very easy when the only updated line will spurt out, for example, every every single thing updated in Splatoon 2. So, yeah. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything else. The ink rail, bunkers, and general boxes, and trolleys. Also a very hard to see skybox. I'd imagine if there is one, which there likely is due to that white light, you would have to go outside of the bounds of the stage and like free fly in order to see it. I imagine it's a generic skybox. Not the memey one though, I think. Because that would be kind of generic if they did. For the unaware, what I mean by memey one, I'll just go back and see if we can find any other details. What I mean by that is there is a skybox in the game that is called VR, the general identifier for skyboxes. VR Sky Daytime 00. It sounds really generic because it's the generic sky. Splatoon 1 had this texture too, had this model too. And I think in that game it was fine. Here it's the same texture with the word default in English written all over it. Just repeated endlessly all over the texture. And yeah, no one can really tell if like it's kind of like those watermarked pictures or something like that, where you just, you know, stuff, or like those stock photos with all the watermarks on them, like stuff like, it looks like that, but just default, the word default everywhere on the picture. So yeah, imagine my reaction when I saw that. But I doubt that would be the case, because I don't remember it being used in the game. The game uses other skies in different areas. Oh, they were foreshadowing all this time with the lobster dude. Yeah, I would be surprised if this, for example, was, like, separate somehow. Actually, I wonder if the reason I haven't found the trolleys is because they're a separate object within the stage itself. That would make the only reasonable line of sense. Because, again, they have done that before with plants. It wouldn't be unreasonable to assume they would do the same with the trolley as well, considering it's only used here. Hey! Discoveries from me, I guess. If it is there, then I wouldn't be surprised. There doesn't seem to be anything else. It's just, yeah, what I mentioned before. Hi, app, okay? You need to be in my video. Anyway, that's it. I guess conveniently I could look at New Abercorn Hotel because there's something I forgot to do in that video, which, if you've already watched that video, you probably won't. You'll probably be annoyed at me for, but I, probably should help out with looking up, I guess. So I'm at, like, the highest point I think I can look at this. I've got to keep my reticle away from where I'm looking at. I'm looking here, so... Okay, and, I think the other one is over here. Like, I'm looking over there. Okay, and I'm gonna start looking over here for the, hold up, the one over in the far distance. There seem to be two reaching out from this point, going over that way. Likely, those ones are connecting all the way over to the one on that side, so... They will likely be... These are mirrored, so... It connects here to those ones, and they will be in the same spots as those ones are to up here. So, yeah. I've given you enough time to, like, say pause and look at it if you want to match it up or something. I didn't do that in the Albacore Hotel video, and I'm very sorry for not doing so. Anyway, that's it for MakoMart. See you in the next one.